Chapter 14. After the funerals, I hopped on the train and rode to Dallas. The trip took 5 minutes, though I'm sure it really took significantly longer. I wondered how long the train would last now that Rockne was gone. It seemed to hold up well. When I got to the station in Dallas, I took a cab to my parents' house. After watching so many people die so quickly, I missed my family more than ever. The cab driver coughed a lot on the way to the house, so much that I worried he would accidentally crash. He dropped me off in Fort Worth. I had a key for the front door, but since I didn't live here anymore, I decided to ring the doorbell. My dad answered and seemed happy to see me. He was like an older twin. We had the same nose and ears. Mom, I was surprised to see, was playing some kind of third-person sci-fi action game in the living room. As long as I'd known her, which was coming up on 20 years, I'd never seen her play a single video game. She used to play a lot before I was born, but stopped after that. And now she was playing again. I couldn't help but feel that I was the reason she'd given this up. She glanced over as soon as I walked into the living room. "Hey, sweetie," she said, surprised. She paused the game and walked over to me quickly, giving me the biggest bear hug since Victor's last regular hug. But she wasn't a dwarf. "Hey," I said. "I just thought I'd come by and, explain myself. I know I sorta moved out without explaining why. I just want to thank you guys for letting me move back in after my roommates kicked me out." That one was only partially true. After I quit working for Rockne, I stopped getting paid and didn't like mooching off my other best friend Christy and her husband. So I moved back in with Mom and Dad. They didn't ask any questions though, and I appreciated that. But now it was time to pay them back with the truth. Okay, so here's the thing. I got a job on a magical island that has giants, wizards, and a dwarf living on it. My boss turned out to be an evil wizard who wanted to take over the world using the weather. I defeated him, and now I live on the island full time. I took a breath and waited for my words to sink in. I didn't doubt they would believe it. My mom had Gelfin on her side of the family, after all, so she was no stranger to magic. I wasn't sure how my dad would take it, though. I didn't even know if he knew about Mom and me. Dad said. "Well, that's news." "Are you happy there?" Mom suddenly asked. "Very." I decided not to elaborate on the plague that was ravaging the island at the moment. It would be a huge contradiction. "Is that why your stuff has been slowly disappearing from your room?" Dad asked. I nodded. "Where is this island?" 5 minutes outside of Dallas, I said with a grin, though I doubted he would get the joke. "You feel more at home there than you do here, don't you?" Mom asked. I rolled my eyes. Of course not. I just like living there. I mean, I couldn't live here forever, could I? "Of course you could," she practically shrieked, though it was in a playful way. I haven't met a mom yet who didn't want her little pumpkins to stay with them forever. I have friends there, and they're helping me through some stuff. It's nice there. "Can we come visit?" Dad asked. "See your new place?" I hesitated, thinking very hard on how to answer. Soon. There's some stuff going on there that needs to be sorted out first. "Like what?" I groaned inside. "Politics. The Queen is—" "The Queen?" Mom asked, intrigued. "Yes, her name is Anila, and she's my age. She and her people are butting heads about how to run things, but I'm sure it will all be sorted out soon. Then you can come visit, okay? My parents looked at each other for a second and then back at me. Okay, sweetie, Mom said. Whatever you say, Dad followed up. Good. I just wanted you to know things are good, and I'm doing just fine. Does Esteban know about all this? Mom asked. He's been acting fishy every time we asked him about you. Yes, he knows. He's been to the island before. Why don't you call him over and we can have dinner? Mom suggested. I called him, and he said he'd be there in a hot minute. When he got here and I answered the door, I nearly passed out from shock. Dark veins were starting to appear on his right hand. You wouldn't believe it, he told me on the front porch. I didn't want my parents hearing our conversation. On the way back from the island, I saw a bunch of red birds under my seat. One of them pecked my thumb when I tried to pet it. Now I'm sick. I didn't feel bad until today. I pinched the bridge of my nose and sighed. I told him about the birds carrying the plague, since I'd left that out earlier. Oh, he replied. That sucks. What happened to the birds after you got to Dallas? They flew out of the train. How many were there? 5 or 6, I think. Dad and I saw on the news right before I came here that a lot of people in Dallas are sick. I started breathing heavily, feeling dizzy. I had only days to find a cure before my best friend died. I honestly didn't know what to do. Go with me to the island, I said. I have a plan, but I need you to be with me on the island, okay? Okay, bud, Esteban said. I knew he could sense the worry and possible lie in my voice, but didn't mention it.